Welcome to my channel. If you are viewing for the first time, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Today I'll be talking about how to manage the snail egg, how to take care of the snail eggs. You know, the snail egg is more like a gold in the snail farming. The snail egg is the key. The snail egg is like it's the profits, it's the business in snail farming. So the egg is what makes the farming successful. The egg is what makes the farming booming. The egg is what makes the farming to gain recognition. The snail egg is what makes the snail farming what it is today. So taking care of the snail egg is something every beginner, every snail farmer must know how to do, must know how to manage, must perfect, and ought to know, yes, in taking care of your snail eggs. Okay, when you stock your point of lay snails, which is the mother snail, when you stock your point of lay snail, it is expected to feed them. Definitely they will both mate. You can see they will both mate, and when they mate, let me use an example. If you stock two snails in a particular pen for a period of time, expecting up to like 3 months, they will both mate and lay eggs as when due, and it is expected to feed them balanced diet meal. You feed them well, you feed them rich balanced diet meal, the vegetables and formulated feed. Ensure you have calcium in your farm. You feed them, and when they mate, it is the feed that will help to form the egg. And when this egg is formed, the snail will lay a very proper fertile egg and a good amount of egg. Snail is expected to lay about 6, most times snail lay 6 clutches to 10 clutches. Most time it's lay up to 6 to 10 clutches. So it is expected to feed them proper balanced diet meal to ensure the egg formation. And not only that, when it's the expected time to lay the egg, the snail will definitely lay its eggs, and it is your responsibility as a farmer to take care of these eggs. But the first time if you see a egg in your pen, you make use of a plastic spoon, a soft plastic spoon, to pick these eggs. The reason why you use a plastic spoon is to avoid possible crack which can affect the egg. So you make use of a soft plastic spoon to pick the egg. When you pick the egg, you take it direct to the incubator. You incubate the egg. You do what is need to take it to the incubator. You incubate the egg, then you carry out the proper procedures on how to manage the egg. You don't just incubate egg and leave the egg in a particular place. No, you look for a very proper place away from predators like rats, creeping insects that can invade the incubator. So it is proper you look for a conducive place away from pests like rats and other form of creeping dangerous insect that can destroy the snail eggs. So it is your responsibility as a farmer to ensure you keep the egg in a safe place, and time to time you do the moistening of the egg. Snail egg need moisture, little water, to ensure the egg form. So you do the moistening of the egg time to time. It is expected for snail egg to hatch within the first day, from the number 1 day to 21 day of incubation. So from the first day you count to 21 days later, your snail is expected to hatch. But if it didn't hatch at that 21 days, you can still extend, so you can still be expecting to the 30th day. Definitely at that 21st day, from the 21st to 30th day, you will definitely see some eggs coming out, probably from that very first day, 21st day, 22nd, and so on. The egg will be coming out. But if it exceeds 30 days after incubation, it's possible, and you get some eggs emerge alive, and you still have some few others which is still expected to hatch. And it is probably, if you incubate 20 eggs, and from that 21 days you have let me say you have about 10. Let me say from that 20 you have about 15 which have already hatched, and before 30 days you have got about 15, because the eggs is expected to start hatching from 21st day, 21st, 22nd, and so on. But if it exceeds 30 days and you still have some leftover that is still yet to hatch, if it exceeds 30 days, it's possible that those eggs were cracked during the time you are trying to pick the egg, or the moisture is not enough. Which can cause the infertility of the egg. So it is your responsibility as a farmer to ensure you incubate the egg proper. Your responsibility to manage the egg, to keep the egg in a cool environment. You keep them at a little space. You ensure they are well placed. You ensure there is a proper water, a little moisture among every side of the incubator, so that the egg will be cool. Probably some egg didn't hatch, probably the moisture is not enough, which didn't encourage the egg to hatch, or probably the process you were picking the egg, probably the egg were cracked. That could also affect why probably some eggs didn't grow, some eggs didn't hatch. That could affect the hatchability of the egg. So you being the snail farmer, it is your responsibility to know how to manage your snail egg, to keep the egg in a proper room temperature. It is expected to place the incubator in a room temperature, a very cool place, away from sunlight, a place away from excessive heat. Snail egg need cool room temperature environment, which can encourage the egg to form and the egg to hatch. So when you know how to manage your snail egg, and you are good at the incubation process, and you are doing this regularly, probably you incubate 100 egg and you were able to get 90% of hatchlings. You were able to get about 90% of hatchlings from after the 21st day to the 30th day. You were able to get a good number of hatchlings. That's to show that your incubation procedure is very good. So this is one aspect every snail farmer need to be knowledgeable about, to know how to incubate this egg. Because if you are not doing this, then you are not making progress. So it is imperative, it is important, we need to know how to incubate our snail eggs. When you know how to incubate the snail egg, you see progress. That's when you'll be growing your baby snails to adult snails. You'll be seeing the snails will be growing. You'll be having a lot of snails in your farm. We grow them to different level, from the grass stage to point of lay snails to jumbo sizes of snails. So when you know how to manage these eggs, that's when your farm, you see progress. There will be production. You see a lot of snails in your farm. You see things will be going on well. So it is important, we need to manage the snail eggs, perfect the aspect of incubation. When you do this well, that this is a success. This is the first beginning of success in snail farming. Knowing how to incubate the snail egg and knowing how to manage the egg to the expected time the egg will emerge alive. So many farmers have been having this difficulty on how to manage the snail egg. I think probably they have been doing it wrongly. They have been carrying out the incubation process wrongly. And also there's this aspect of using sawdust for incubating of snail eggs. Like for me, during the, most times when I use the loamy soil, sometimes it didn't work for me, but when I introduce the using of sawdust, I think it is much more easy. Though the loamy soil is still okay. If you are using loamy soil for your incubation process and it is working for you perfectly well, but some persons, when they try to moist the loamy soil, they do it in a way that it will be waterlogged, and when it gets waterlogged and it gets so hard, it can affect hatchability of the egg. So if you are finding it difficult in using the loamy soil, you can still also make use of this sawdust from wood sawdust. It's also a good one. You can try it. It's very easy. It's still the same pattern. When you use it, just the same pattern, you make use of the loamy soil, you can use the sawdust. It works well. But what you do, the little moisture, you don't waterlog the incubator. If you are using a sophisticated object material for your incubation, you don't waterlog it. Use it a little moisture. When you moist it today, a little moisture, probably 3 days time you come, when you find out the egg, the incubator is getting when you find out the soil or the sawdust is getting dry, you add little moisture. Don't waterlog. When you waterlog it, it will affect the egg formation. So when you perfect on how to pick the egg, the proper way to pick the egg using a plastic spoon, and the procedure of incubating the eggs in the proper direction, and the process of managing your snail eggs using the moisture. When you moist the egg from days to days to the expected time the egg is expected to hatch, if you are doing this properly, definitely you have a good number of hatchlings. And when you started having hatchlings, that's when you see the progress in the snail farming. When you are growing, nursing young baby snails, then you see you are doing well, you are making progress. So every snail farmer, every beginner must perfect the aspect of incubating the snail eggs. When you know how to do this, when you perfect these things, when you learn this thing, you see yourself growing, and you see there will be a continuity of snail market within the localities where we live. So you want to be successful in snail farming, please don't take your snail eggs for granted. Manage your snail egg in the proper, because when your snail lay now, probably it will take up to 3 to 4 months before you be expecting another set of eggs again, another clutches of eggs. So if you are targeting on how many snails you want to grow in a year, how many thousands of snails you want to grow within a period of time, what you need to do is take good care of your snail eggs. Incubate the snail eggs properly, learn how to incubate the egg, and carry out the proper procedure on how to incubate the eggs. If you are doing this, if you are managing the eggs properly, if you are keeping them, storing them in the right room temperature, keeping the snail eggs, the incubator, away from predators, away from sunlight, excessive heat, away from sunlight, it will keep the egg in a safe place, and it will ensure the hatchability of the snail eggs. So carry out this procedure, do it in the proper way, and you see yourself making progress, and you see yourself being successful as a snail farmer. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll be bringing you more interesting tips, knowledgeable information you need to know about snail farming. Thank you for watching.